All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Mr. Pearson coming to you guys with an update. Sorry I'm missing you guys today, although I'm sure you're happy to hear that the quiz will be pushed back a day. We will take our quiz on Thursday, October 21st. We were planning on taking it today. We'll take it tomorrow. Okay. What we should be working on today, I want to give you guys a quick update. Okay. If we're here on our main physical science page, we scroll down. We've been working in Unit 1. We are finishing up Investigation 4. At the very bottom, okay, we should have finished up pretty much everything in 4.1 through 4.4. So if you need to do that and you've got some extra time today, remember that stuff needs to be in by the time we do take the quiz on Thursday. Okay, but I've got a folder set up here for strictly Wednesday, October 20th, the day that I'm out. If you click that open, it's unpublished right now, but you'll see it by the time you get to class. There's two things for you to work on. The first being this atomic model assignment. Throughout Investigation 4, we've looked at the progression of the atomic model. Okay, and this assignment's set up a little bit different in that you're going to be creating your own Google Doc. I'm not assigning you a Google Doc, and I'm not forcing you your own copy because you have a little bit of freedom here. But if you click this link here, it'll open up this Google Doc. Okay, and again, please don't make a copy of this. You're not really editing this at all, but this goes over the instructions of what you should be doing. Okay, so our goal is to understand and determine the model of the atom and how it progressed over time. Again, something we've been talking about this entire investigation. Okay, you're going to be producing some sort of product that's going to be illustrating the timeline. You can use tools like Prezi, Sutori, MyHistro, Timeline.js, which is what the Concord uses for theirs. You can also just use a Google slide if you want to make a page or a slide for each of the guys that we talked about. That would be fine as well. Okay, there's also a link here with a number of other things. Okay, if you have something else in mind, again, the idea here is to create a timeline and to get an idea of how the atomic model progressed. What we are looking to do is we are looking to cover the four main historical models. Okay, we talked about Dalton, we talked about Thomson, Rutherford, and Bohr. Okay, we talked a little bit about the electron cloud, but we're going to cut it off with Bohr. Okay, so for each of those four historical models, I want you to answer a couple questions. When did it happen? I'm not curious as to when these guys were born. I'm curious as to when these guys conducted these experiments. What is it that they did? Getting to the second question, again, we talked about the cathode ray, Rutherford's gold foil, and stuff like that. So giving me a little bit of an overview of the experiments that they conducted. What was new? Okay, by this, we talk about these four guys because we are, with each of their iterations, we had something new about the atom. We talked about this in class, but what did they bring to the table and what was new about their atomic model? How did they prove it? Okay, this is sort of getting back to their experiment and what sort of evidence they collected. And then what it looked like. Okay, you can sketch a Google drawing or some sort of image that's going to depict what their overall atomic model is going to look like. Doesn't need to be for a specific element or anything like that. Some guidelines. I'm looking for you to create a unique product. Okay, any content should be well organized and easy to follow. We should make sure that our fonts are consistent, and that your information is well organized in that it's either in complete sentences or it's bulleted out, so each point is in its own bullet. Okay, any of these products are going to be submitted on Schoology, and I'll go over that just in a second. Again, I know this is a little bit different than assignments I've given you in class. All right, written passages should be in your own words. I know we have a tendency to look up some information, and I'm okay with that. But again, it needs to come back into your own words. A lot of times, I find you guys searching information, and I come back to you and ask you what that means to you, and you're not really sure how to explain that. So if you've got some sort of information that you're finding, try to boil it down into something that you are able to explain. Put it in your own words. Okay. Add some links to where you're finding these pieces of information. Okay, they can go right on the slide. I don't need any crazy works cited or anything like that. As far as the due date, I'm confident you guys are able to complete this. I know this is a little bit longer, but again, we've talked about all these experiments. We've talked about all these people. We should have plenty of information. We should be able to get this done in the period. Okay. Um, if you do have issues submitting it, we can chat individually. But I've got confidence that you guys should be able to finish this in the period on Wednesday. Okay. So when you're back on this screen, you should see some. It's a little bit different on my end, but you should see an option to submit over here, and a resource that I'll point you out to. It's been on our homepage for quite some time. Okay, this second link here, submitting assignments on Schoology, another screencast that I've made. It's got a couple tutorials on how you might do that if you're using various resources. So, any questions, shoot them to me on Schoology, and I'll see you guys on Thursday.